It couldn't be me. 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 Once again, we have Big Sam Nephews. And Big Sam Nephews is sponsored by My Guy Market at 504 East Belmont Avenue in the wonderful city of Fresno, California, where we are. They have the best sandwiches in San Joaquin Valley, the Checkmate sandwich, which is one of the more yummy, beefy Texas short rib sandwich. And the owner of the My Guy Market is Floyd Sanchez. And the cook, Eddie, I want to give a shout out, prayers to Eddie. Cook Eddie, he's in the hospital right now, but with some heart condition. So we hope and pray, Eddie, that you get back really, really soon, my friend. Thank you very much. And also, Big Sam Nephews is also sponsored by My Guy Market at 504. I'm sorry, no. So Fresno Social Sports,
where adults.
Yeah, I had to get that. I was going fast. So I slowed it down. Fresno Social Sports, where adults come to play and they connect and have fun in there, building in the community one game at a time. And you can join Fresno Social Sports at FresnoSocialSports.com. And the owner of that business is Eric Young. So thank my sponsors very, very much for sponsoring me. I actually saw Floyd. I work at a baseball stadium, so I saw Brother Floyd last week, and I see Eric every day at work too. So great guys. Awesome. Let's talk about some baseball right now. Season's kind of early, but once again, I hate to say it, Nathan, the Dodgers are on top of the National League East.
Best team money can buy.
Right. You're right. I don't deny that. I'm not a fan all the way or none, but it is. It is what it is. They got. But George, that TV money.
Are they ashamed?
TV money.
Are they ashamed of their titles?
No, of course not.
They didn't earn any?
No.
Of course not. They're not,
Not ashamed. Okay. All right.
Well, that'd be like saying, why are the Lakers ashamed of their championships? No, of course not.
No, it's not the same. The Lakers do not outspend the rest of the league by 2.5.
You still have to play the game.
Well, right. But on the same token, you cannot deny it, and you can't take it away from them either.
Well, I would if I could.
Oh, I know you would.
They need another what is that? They need another salary cap renewal.
And the players will never go for it.
But you can't it's hard for the other teams to compete against the Dodgers because the Dodgers have so much TV money coming in. They've got the Asian market, because of the Asian persuasion
number 2 market in
players.
So anytime they negotiate a TV contract, it's going to be twice the size of a San Francisco and 3 to 4 times of a Kansas City or
Fresno.
Well, Fresno doesn't have a team in the majors, but
no,
it's just
no. They have a minor league team.
The Colorados, the Minnesotas, the Kansas Cities.
Right. They just have a hard time.
When you start with a $150 to $200 million head start, there's $200 million that you haven't really spent any of your own money. Well, hell, some teams, their whole payroll is less than $200 million. And you have
that is very true.
$200 million head start. Okay, so you go assign Ohtani on a man. They're skirting the line. They're paying him $2 million a year until year 10. Then they give them the other $680 million. So for 9 years, they have this guy for free, and then they give him the balloon payment at the end, right? I mean, come on.
Well, I do have a question though. Is
Yes,
like why the Bay Area teams they don't make as much money. I mean, Golden State makes money, right? But like, why does the A's and the San Francisco Giants, how come they don't make money? Because the TV deals are based on what you can get for subscribers in LA, right? So LA has X amount of people. You know what does LA have? Like 9 million.
About
Well,
10 million. Yeah.
yeah. So 10 million people in that conglomerate metropolitan area, and I know the Bay Area
Right, and
doesn't
but you
have.
compare that, right? And I'm gonna cut you off. I'm just gonna say that they're competing against what the second largest market in the country, next
Oh,
to New York,
no,
and then LA.
no, LA is number 2, New York's number 1.
Yeah,
Right. That's my
but
point.
so what I'm saying is that how many people are in the Bay? Well, I guess that makes sense then. I guess I'm gonna answer my own question. How many people are in the Bay Area? Because San Francisco has what, like 4 million, quote
No,
unquote, or is it 2 million, something like
no,
that?
neither. Not even 1 million. San Francisco has it's the most.
I'm talking about the metro. I'm talking
Okay,
about
well,
just
okay, okay. The Bay Area, I think the Bay Area is about 10. I think it's 8 or 10 million.
so then you talk
But
about San Jose, right? They
right,
have their own little, but I'm like, yo, you can, and LA kind of encompasses all of that. And it's like, oh, you got the Valley, but they don't have competing teams though either. Where it's like you had the A's and the Giants, but now you only have
Well, the
the
A's won't. After what 2007, the A's won't be in California anyway. They will be in Nevada,
yeah, which is
in
good
Las
for them
Vegas. So
because so that's what I guess that's what I'm interested to see where you don't have to compete with another baseball team that's in your same city and with the TV deal like with the Lakers
that's
and the
a good
Clippers
question.
they share their revenue, right? They have to their TV deals are kind of the same where the Dodgers, you know, you have Anaheim, which is quote unquote a small market, but they still kind
and
of
in San Diego,
and San Diego has its own market too, so they're
Yeah,
definitely a
San
small
Diego,
market.
San Diego's not that close. I don't think they compete market wise.
Yeah,
It's a
no.
pretty decent distance, pretty good distance from LA. Um, but that's a good question. That's a good question, Javier. You know how in the old how were the TV deals? See, I think that the Giants and the A's signed separate TV deals because the A's were considered kind of a poor. You know, they didn't do well money wise. San Francisco is the number 5 media market in the country, so they would get broken off a pretty good piece. But number 5 does not compare to number 1 or number 2. It's
Or
just
number
yeah,
two. That's my
yeah.
it's a
point.
different league. Maybe even number 3, or like that would be Chicago. They're just kind of in a league by themselves. I think the top 2 markets are in leagues by themselves. Then there's the Chicago, maybe I think Dallas or Houston is next, and then I think San Francisco is number 5 if memory serves. Sacramento's way down here at number 20, so we're not even in the league. But but the thing is, L.A. that blue team. I don't say them. I don't say the name of them. They're kind of wrecking baseball. The Giants owner, Greg Johnson, came out a few months ago and said what LA is doing is good for baseball. I didn't read the article, but I heard it on the radio. And I thought, what maybe it's helping him make more money or maybe it's helping all teams increase in value, and that's where the owners make their real money. It's like
Yeah,
real
they
estate.
do. They do have shared revenue. They do have revenue sharing.
They do, but it's not. If everybody got the same money, that
No,
would be true
no, no,
revenue.
no.
No,
They're percentages. They're
yep,
different
right.
percentages.
Yeah, they don't get the same. Yeah, so Sam, just be in love with your boys. I mean, they'll they'll probably keep buying titles as long as they want. They're talking about trading prospects for Alcantara out of the pitcher from Miami. You know, he's a definite number 1. He would come to them with he's signed through this year and next year. So that means basically they'd have 5 number 1s. And you know what? I wouldn't mind that so much because they're trading. They're giving up something to get the guy and not just money, so
But
that
Nathan,
or
what I kind of, I guess what I don't like is, if a guy is, say he's in A ball, coming up through the ranks, down in Rancho Cucamonga, and coming up through the ranks and trying to get up to the major leagues. how do how do you get up there? Because, you're just not, I think it's almost close to impossible. I track a lot of these guys, and I'm in the Pacific Coast League, and I work, and so I get a lot of these guys. I track them, and
What's
they
almost
don't really
what's almost impossible, Sam?
for a lot of these young Dodger players to make it up to the bigs because
Well,
they're always trading for other better players, position players.
but that's the way to make it. You get traded to another team.
Right.
See,
So, Mike, go ahead.
LA develops solid role players, right? Very good role players. They go and buy the superstars. They bought their entire pitching staff. They bought Freddie Freeman. They bought Otani. Okay. They developed, okay, they traded for Mookie Betts, but it was like a giveaway. It's almost like the league wanted LA to be super strong. So Boston, okay, just wink, wink deal and give them away basically for nothing. You see, you're talking about first ballot Hall of Famers if they go out and buy it. And who else can afford to buy 3 or 4 first ballot Hall of Famers? And they did that.
New York.
Well, yeah, again, there's market number 1 and market number 2. Nobody else can afford it. Right?
That's for that point.
3 or 4 of them. I mean, we bought Barry Bonds, but that's one guy, and we couldn't put anybody behind him. That dude would have hit 100 home runs a season, but he had nobody hitting behind him, so they didn't pitch to him.
And I think the other thing too, what you kind of feel bad for the Colorado Rockies.
I don't.
I work for the Colorado Rockies, and I just feel sorry for those guys because they'll bring them up, but if there's any kind of player that's any kind of worth, they'll end up trading them off. They same thing in Arizona. Their rosters never stay the same. Arizona, Colorado, the Padres, they have to compete consistently against the Dodgers and the Giants, and I just don't see it happening. That's just my own opinion.
I had never been to Colorado in my life until last week. Well, actually 3 weeks ago, and then last week, just at the airport, say that I've been to Denver. And by the way, that is one massive. Denver is a little bit bigger than I thought. It's a lot bigger than I thought. And you're at altitude. I was jet lagged coming back, and it took me 25 minutes to my next flight. And I was jet lagged and tired, and that thin air made me dizzy and drunk enough to forget that I was even jet lagged. Yeah. That's a big airport.
You have to walk that concourse, man. They got like 3. They have like 3 walking things. I'm like, bro, why is there like
Denver, the city of Denver and the airport in Denver? I had to stop off in there to Denver to do a change of flight, coming from Sacramento back to Minnesota. The change over there is in Denver, and I tell you what, I know that airport is huge.
It's massive.
It's bigger than Sacramento's airport.
Frankfurt is a monster for anybody that's going to Germany.
You're not even talking about the levels of.
Right. So the reason I said I hope not, Sam, or I said I don't when you said you feel sorry for the Rockies. It's not real baseball, man. They need to juice the ball down or do something or put some kind of air humidifier system stadium. That's not real baseball.
But the elevation, it kind of, if I was a pitcher, I wouldn't want to pitch in Denver because, oh my God,
side pitcher.
They just.
If I was a kid and I pitched, I'm not Colorado. So, and that's in a way that's going to curse them. When with no pitchers, you can't sign pitchers, and the pitchers that get up there, hit midway through the season, they're worn out.
Right.
Just beautiful city, I'm sure. But
it pretty city, elevation. But even the football players, they have problems, breathing because of it's high up, man. It's
Right. It's up there.
it is up there.
How we doing for time, Javier?
Where we at? We had 20 minutes, so we're about right at the 15-minute mark for the first segment.
And what minutes?
We're at the 15-minute mark for the first segment.
Well, let's kill it. We'll kill it and we'll come back on. How about that?
Do you?
I'll read my sponsors really, really quick. Big Sam and Nephews is also sponsored by My Guy Market, 504 East Belmont Avenue here in Fresno, California, where they have the best sandwiches in San Joaquin Valley. Checkmate sandwich is one of them, and it's a yummy, beefy Texas short rib sandwich. And the owner of My Guy Market is Floyd Sanchez. And also want to give a shout out and some prayers to my main, the cook, Eddie. Some shout outs to Eddie. So hopefully he gets well real soon. Also, my Big Sam and Nephews is also sponsored by Fresno Social Sports, where adults come to play and they connect and they have fun, and they are building the community one game at a time. And you can join Fresno Social Sports at FresnoSocialSports.com. And the owner of that establishment is Eric D. Young. And we'll cut it and we will come back.
Peace.
Peace.
It couldn't be me. It couldn't be me. It couldn't be me. It couldn't be me.
This is Big Sam and Nephews podcast, family podcast, Big Sam and Sports podcast. It's Big Sam and Nephews, and it's also sponsored by My Guy Market at 504 East Belmont Avenue here in the wonderful city of Fresno, California, where I live. And Fresno, My Guy Market is they make the best sandwiches in the Midwest at San Joaquin Valley. Checkmate sandwiches is one of the sandwiches they have, and it's a short rib sandwich. And also the owner of My Guy Market is Floyd Sanchez, and I also want to give a shout out to the cook Eddie, Mr. Eddie. Eddie's a wonderful cook there. He's in the hospital right now, so big ups to Eddie. And also, Big Sam and Nephews is also sponsored by Fresno Social Sports, where adults come to play and they connect and they can have fun. They are building the community one game at a time. You can go to FresnoSocialSports.com, and the owner of that establishment is Eric Young. And let's talk a little basketball. I mentioned earlier off the air. Do you think that the two best teams right now are out west are Denver and
OKC.
Yes, sir.
Out west for basketball.
Period. I said out west. The two best teams, period, to me, are out west, are Denver and OKC. I don't see anybody else out east. I don't see anybody out east doing anything really.
I don't know what San Antonio's gonna do. They kind of been coming along. I think that
I just think this is just my own opinion. I don't think that San Antonio's ready yet.
no, they're probably
They're
not
still
ready. They're
young.
probably not ready yet, but you know they can
Yeah, they're
surprise.
still a little green, behind the ears.
I think
You know.
I
They're
think
gonna
when
need
they're
more
ready
than
to
Cooper
compete.
Flag.
What was that, Frank?
They're gonna need more than Cooper Flag to carry them.
Oh no.
He's with Dallas.
Oh, I'm
No,
sorry.
San Antonio.
Wimby's with San Antonio.
Nah, I think San Antonio, they have the guards. They got they're 12 deep. They could go 12. They're at least 10 deep right now, where they could really, really cause some problems. I think that how you're gonna control Shea Gilgers, Alexander. I don't know how they're gonna contain him. It was gonna be Devin Vassell.
Well, he's like the current MVP right now.
Yeah, but I mean, how are you going to play defense? So you got Devin Vassell. You have a couple of other guys. You got Ron Harper. You got a couple of other physical guards. Yeah.
That dude is still playing.
No, his son,
No.
Ron Harper Jr.
His son,
One of his
Junior.
sons played.
Or
And then
got
you
a-
have,
Wow, man, Nathan.
and then you have, then you got De'Aaron Fox. So last
Yeah,
year they was
right,
hurt.
got
So
him.
I'm like, yeah, they got some guard play that can really, really, and then they're long too. So then they kind of match up well with OKC, where they have the length, they have the strength. Yes, they're young, but I think they could make some noise. You know what I'm saying? I think it could go 6 games either way. It just depends who gets hot and how do they play and how do they defend. I mean, earlier in the
Right.
season, San Antonio's been like, "Yo, we ready for you." They've been kind of playing like that.
But they were like imposters, really, because now you're getting down to the nitty gritty now.
Nah, they played the same way all the time. They played the same way all the time. This is what we're gonna do, and this is how we're gonna play. Denver's more scary than San Antonio because I think they have a chip on their shoulders now, where they're like, "Yo, we want our championship back," kind of like that. So, everybody
So
else.
the championship, as you're saying, the championship is going to stay out west.
I mean, it could.
But
Boston looks
listen,
good.
I just can't think of anybody in the East Coast that's got a tough team. I mean, they got some marginal. Detroit's a good team, but not a great team. Cleveland's a good team, not a great team.
Nah,
New York's a good team, not a great team.
It'll come down
Atlanta, the same thing.
It'll come down to Detroit and it'll come down to Detroit and Boston.
Yeah, Boston got a
Because
good.
Boston, their squad, they're healthy. There's nobody hurt, and I think with Oklahoma, everybody's healthy too. So all the teams, everybody's healthy this year coming into it. So I think it'll be interesting to see who does what. New York doesn't have a chance. I mean, they might get to the conference finals maybe, but that's about it. Atlanta, I thought they were going to do better in the first game. They're probably like a year away from really competing again in the East Coast, in the East.
Who would you say is sort of odds-on favorite to win the MVP?
Probably SGA. Everybody's talking about him again. So
That the guy in Minnesota?
nah,
No.
Oklahoma.
No, OKC's guard.
SGA. What's his name?
Shea Gilgris Alexander.
I saw him on TV today. Kind of a
Gilchrist Alexander. Sorry, SGA.
like a wing size, kind of a skinny dude.
Yeah,
Slim. Right. I saw him on TV.
Yeah, he got traded for Paul George. That's how Paul George got to the Clippers.
Okay.
So the Clippers were actually going to build around him. But you have Paul George. I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, SGA was only like his second year in the league. I'll take Paul George 9 times.
Yeah, but like now, Paul George is kind of like.
Yeah, but Paul George has had yeah, but you can't look at that when Paul George is and he was killing in OKC at the time. He was killing. So, it is what it is. I mean, and then the Clippers, they had a whole bunch. They had money. They had talent to spend. So, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. So
how
about Wemby?
Go ahead.
Is Wemby, will he be in the MVP considerations?
He would be. He would be in there. There'd be talks about Wemby, but like I said before, I just think that San Antonio's just a player or two away. They need they need a power forward.
There's no power.
What's I'm saying? Emby gets he gets pushed around like crazy.
Yeah, he's getting stronger.
Like crazy. He's really, really, really thin.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's a knock on him. That's kind of the knock on him, is that he gets pushed around. It's pushed back. But now, don't get it twisted. Now, Wemby can shoot the three, though.
I mean, but they say the same thing about Chet Holmgren, and
that is true.
He got stronger. He's gonna get stronger.
Right.
So, would you say that Wemby's about a year away from really
dominating?
Right.
Yeah, he's about a year away. Next year he'll prove it. Where he's like, yo, I'm here to stay. I think he's starting to do it now, but they play so good together where he's like, I don't really have to score. He's kind of like Tim Duncan. I don't have to score a lot because I got all these other guys around me that can score. I just need to do my job.
Well, Denver's a beast, man. They got two of those brothers, man, that they get it done, offensively and defensively. And I just think, even if the Joker's out, Denver still wins regardless. That's just my own, observation of those teams. I just don't see anybody out east, really doing anything in a 7-game series. They don't. Detroit is a good team, but as I said, they're not a great team.
Detroit has
Minnesota. Right. Now they'll get after it. They do get after it now. But you're talking about a 7-game series, and they just don't have enough firepower like OKC or like Denver has got. Because really the Joker can take you outside and pop threes all day long too.
Yeah, I think that
same thing with Emby. Emby can go outside and hit knockdown threes also.
Yeah, I think with Detroit, they all have their players that they play with and play. So the knock on them was that they were too much relying on Kate Cunningham. So now they have legitimate 2 and 3 scorers now that can supplant, that can get their own shot, that have confidence. So that's the one that I'm gonna look at the most, is like, how are they gonna get their own shot? How do they get their when they double team Cade? I mean, that's what makes OKC, because OKC still had that issue with SGA, was like, yo, we need somebody else to score. And when you throw the wall up at SGA, you got Lou Dort, Williams, you got all these guys around you now that can score it on their own. So that's what they needed. So I'm interested to see how that's going to play out.
Who would you say Javier is going to take the title?
That's a tough one. Uh, I don't think OKC is going to repeat. I don't see it happening. That's too tough of a job.
Denver.
Yeah, it's either going to be Denver or San Antonio. The Lakers, they're too hurt. They're too old. They're not athletic enough. I mean, you're playing Bronny. You know what I'm saying? This is nip tuck time, man. So you're playing Bronny.
Bronny any good?
No. He's not there yet.
I saw somebody talking about how good Bronny was. It was like he shot 40% this year on the three, and I'm like, he's only played in like 7, whatever the games is. I was like, and those were, can he shoot it? Yeah, but they're kind of letting you. They're not putting no defense on you because they put defense on him a couple of weeks ago, and that boy turned the ball over 3 times in a row. Like G took the ball from him. I was like, yeah, see, like this.
Well, I mean, LeBron is the only reason why Bronny's even playing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Who do you think is going to take it, Sam?
I think Denver. Denver's a tough team, man. They knuckled down, and now my pick is the Denver Nuggets.
Right. Okay.
I just don't see anybody. I don't see anybody out east that's even gonna give them. It could be Denver in 7 games, man. That's how good Denver is.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, the Celtics they beat the 76ers by 30. You know what I'm saying? So they beat them. I mean, 76ers are too hurt too, and they don't have enough talent to play. No. But I mean, you start looking at what they got. I mean, you had 24 from Derek White. You had 23 from Jaylen Brown. You had 20 from Jason Tatum. You had 21 from Pritchard. You had 14. So everybody was kind of chipping in, and that's why I say they can rival OKC. Remember last year they didn't have a full clip. They got a full clip this year. They got a whole full clip. That's why I'm like, yo, everybody has a full clip. The dudes that you want to see be at the end, they got a whole clip. They like, yo, we ready to empty this thing. So this is the time where you really want to see everybody play at the highest level.
Well, it's just my own opinion. I just think that Denver is the team to beat. That's the team that I'm picking to win the whole thing.
Right.
Can we go back one more time? We do a little football draft. We got time for that. We'll cut it and then we'll go back. We got time for that.
We could go right now. That's all good.
Okay.
Well, how are we doing for time?
We in time. We got about like 10 minutes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
We'll talk a little NFL draft. NFL draft is coming up real quick, and I guess they say Mendoza's the number 1 pick for the Raiders. But after that, they've got a list of other qualified players that are into the. And I guess who was it? Cincinnati just picked up an offensive player.
Yeah, they just traded.
They traded, and so they got, which is going to help Cincinnati,
Yeah, they just.
But I think
they just traded. The Giants. They just got a defensive tackle.
Right.
They just got a defensive tackle, which will help out a lot. Go ahead, Uncle.
Well, I think this draft, as far as quarterbacks go, is kind of weak because there's really not any outstanding other than Mendoza. Not any one quarterback that's outstanding, and but a lot of they got your boy from Ohio State's got about 3 players that are going in the first round, which they should. Really, let's be honest. Ohio State gets the best players, period.
Yeah.
They get the best players. And it used to be Alabama but now, Ty Simpson, they're talking about him going the first round. I'm like, oh,
Jordan Tyson.
yeah.
He's actually been doing pretty good though. Like that's one of them things where him and what's the kid from Diaz from Vanderbilt.
Oh no.
They've been doing really really well in these drills, and they have good upside that from what they say. We'll see.
But I think with the Vanderbilt quarterback, his size is like he's a small stature quarterback.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, you've been doing it. You had something like 3,000 yards in the SEC, so that tells you something.
Well, you got to think about it. What was it? Kyler Murray is with the Minnesota Vikings now,
Yeah,
and he's gonna be competing against McCarthy for the starting quarterback position. But I just don't see McCarthy as a starter in the league. I really don't. I just don't see it.
I kind of think that the NFL, they're kind of going not backwards, but they're kind of going back to, hey man, we need to teach the kids how to play football. And so with the Raiders, they signed Kirk Cousins to some massive deal. But you're gonna draft Mendoza. But I think that Kirk Cousins, he's been in that offense before. Mendoza's been in that offense before. And when they talk about Mendoza, they're like, he's what Kirk Cousins was in college. So who else is there to teach how to be a professional than the ultimate Kirk Cousins professional? He's not a game
Kirk Cousins.
Yeah. I mean, what you gonna do? You got a running back, you got a tight end, and you got a wide receiver, and you got.
Well,
they also picked.
They picked up Najee Harris from the Chargers, so that will be a backup. I don't know, an outside runner. I like Najee Harris. I've always liked Najee Harris. I just think his situations.
You the kid that went to Grant High?
Might have been.
There's Najee somebody.
Yeah.
Right. This is. He's from California boy. He's from Northern California.
Yeah, it might be.
I want to say he's from the Bay Area.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I think Mendoza's in a good situation where McCarthy is trying to come in to be the man, but now you get Kyler Murray. Guess what? You got to sit down and learn how to play. Because if you're not going to sit down and learn how to play, you're going to be out the league quicker than what you think it is.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's the real deal. You're spending all this money. I mean, Kirk Cousins made almost $500 million playing football. Like realistically,
right? Being a backup too.
Yeah, and now you're coming in making $172 million. Which is like I think they get like 25.
How much is that guaranteed?
25 million. So 25 million guaranteed, right?
Wow.
But you have everything going for you. He's going to start probably next year. Then Mendoza might play next year. You know what I'm saying? I think, and it's a 4-year deal too, though. So, Kirk Cousins in his mid to late 30s. So, I mean,
well, you know what I feel. You know how I feel about Kirk Cousins?
Yeah, you don't like him.
No, I don't. I knew him in Minnesota.
I know.
I used to cover him.
Kirk Cousins is 37.
That's what I'm saying.
He's 37. So
and then the other thing, the quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm having a brain fart.
Oh, who they got?
Who is it? Ex Green Bay Packers quarterback.
Who? Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
They still got him? I thought they got rid of him.
No, they still got him. They're gonna bring him back.
Dang.
If but he's such a drama queen, though. It's like whatever, man. Aaron.
Let him go.
Just give it up. But they're gonna bring him back. Pittsburgh, they don't have really. He's gotten up in age, and it's just he shows, man. he doesn't have that speed, man. You should be with Aaron Rodgers. Not only did he, now still got his arm, but he doesn't have the speed to elude anybody.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that was his forte. He could elude and get out, out of the pocket and then throw the bombs down. But he doesn't have Jordy Nelson anymore catching his passes. So
Sam, do you remember Warren Wells?
right, ex
Yeah.
ex Oakland Raider.
Yeah, wide
Right.
receiver.
Yeah.
Right, but excellent quarterback too. I mean, a receiver. I'm sorry, but yeah, he was a good a good receiver for the Raiders back in the day.
AFC is gonna be tough this year. I mean, just
Oh yeah,
AFC is gonna be tough this
yeah.
year. So,
Yeah, I think I think Kansas City is regrouping, and they're getting some receivers. The problem with the Chiefs were that they got long in age wise in the tooth as far as offensive linemen, and they kind of shored that situation up. But they needed some young, speedy receivers,
yeah, yeah.
and they shored that situation up too. So and then of course Denver's Denver. They're going to be in the hunt too. So
Yeah, I think the AFC West is gonna be crazy. I mean, the Bengals are gonna be good. I think the Bengals are gonna be good. The AFC is just gonna be tough. I think the AFC is gonna be tough. It's gonna be a lot of like 10-6 teams.
Right. I think a lot of one of the teams I think is going to show some real improvement is the Cleveland Browns
Yeah, I'm with you.
and Shadur Sanders. I really do. I think they're going to improve. He'll have a full season. It's being the one and getting it done. You got to remember he was getting it done with being number 3 quarterback.
Right.
And they just did that poor guy so wrong. But justice prevailed. So but I think some of it too is that look at Buffalo. They got to start all over again, man. They got rid of the coach. I don't get that. Why management would get rid of that coach? I don't get it.
Yeah, they under pressure. Hey, Najee Harris is from Richmond. Shout out to Melvin.
Okay. Yeah, I knew he was from the Bay Area, Northern California. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, his family was homeless. He was growing up.
Right.
So
right.
That lived in his homeless shelter.
Absolutely right. I remember that the whole story. And he ended up being a star for the Crimson Tide down in Alabama.
Yeah.
And then in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Long stretch,
and then he went to Pittsburgh. And then Mike Tomlin, he liked Najee Harris too. But I think, him going to Oakland's going to be one, he'll be closer to home, and two, he's going to be on turf indoors. He won't have to trudge around that mud in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
and
I mean, then you got Genty. You got Genty also, so you got two.
Right.
So you got two stud running.
So you have one, two backs. I'm kind of changed my stance on him.
On Genty?
He done it. Yeah, I think he's better than what I thought he was I'm not saying he was a bum, but I just thought, man. But he's got a little with the offensive line, which the Raiders have improved greatly on that. They'll get it together, and I'm hoping that the Raiders do get it together because they got a lot of money floating around out there on players, So, and then in San Francisco, I don't know about that one. Like I said before, there's a 5-year window, and they've exceeded that window.
No. They went all in. They
right.
got
but
they got to though. They got to go all in. You have to. You got your offensive line back together. They got a bunch of defensive linemen now, which they needed for the pass rush, right?
And Fred Warner's getting healthy. That's really a
yeah.
plus.
So and then they brought back
Right.
Greenlaw. So
Greenlaw, right.
I think they did a lot to just get everybody back comfortable. And then they shored up the cornerbacks and the safeties. So that's something else that they needed to do. And
Well, they're in a tough division, though.
yeah,
Just the Super Bowl winner is from the division.
yeah, but see, that's the thing. You got two credible tight ends with Kittle and Tonga. And then you got your wide receivers, right? Mike Williams, he had no quarterback, and he's been 1,000 yards every season since he's been in the league. So just that's crazy. He's been 1,000, 1,100, 1,200 yards and 10, 11 touchdowns a year with no quarterback. Like with a decent quarterback, you get Brock Purdy, who's a decent quarterback. This wide receiver, what you think they're gonna do? Because he's an upgrade from Brandon Ayuk. I'll tell you that. He's bigger, stronger. I like Ayuk, but I'm saying he's an upgrade.
He is. He definitely is an upgrade.
So now you got two tight ends, two wide receivers, three wide receivers. So they had to go all in. You know what I'm saying? They had to because.
Well, you got to remember their offensive lineman, Trent Williams.
Yeah. Like
this could be his last year.
Yeah, like you got to go all in. You got to go on. Like, dude, we got to make it happen. We got to get one or two out of this.
But they want him to restructure his contract.
Who, Trent? He probably will.
Yeah,
he probably will.
And Trent's like, nah, he's not having it. So
he will.
They'll give it to him.
They'll give it to him on the back end.
Probably.
They'll give it to him on the back end. So
Yeah, he's still probably one of the best tight ends, or offensive linemen around.
Right.
So, how are we looking for time?
We are right there, Uncle. Ready to
All
bounce.
Right. We can bounce. We will tell you that Big Sam and Nephews is sponsored by My Guy Market at 504 East Belmont Avenue here in the wonderful city of Fresno, California, where I live, and where they have the best sandwiches in the San Joaquin Valley. I live in the San Joaquin Valley, and they have a Checkmate sandwich, which is one of the yummy short rib Texas steak sandwich. And the owner of My Guy Market is Floyd Sanchez, and the cook, Eddie is in the hospital right now. So we are praying, hoping for the best for Eddie, that he can recuperate and get out and get back to making those wonderful sandwiches. All right, and also Big Sam and Nephews is also sponsored by Fresno Social Sports, where the adults come to play and they connect and have fun, and they are building the community one game at a time. And you can join Fresno Social Sports at FresnoSocialSports.com. And the owner of that business is Eric DeYoung. Big ups to Eric. So this is the end of our podcast. I hope you enjoy it. I also want to give a couple of shout outs. I want to give a shout out to my main man, Gregory Williams. He's my stat guy. He fearlessly watches he's got ESPN, so he's always watching that, giving me the scores and stuff. I have satellite TV, so I don't have ESPN, all other stuff. I have Fox Sports is what I get a lot of my information from. So and also I want to give a shout out to John Stockton too. I want to give a shout out to him, and a shout out to Ronnie Wells, and also want to give a shout out to my other nephew, Little Melvin. Give that Little Melvin a shout out too. All right, I'm out of here. I will be back next Sunday. I don't have to work next Sunday, so we're getting back on track with everyone. So thank everyone, and we will see you next Sunday.
Okay.
Bye.
You all take care. God bless.
All right. Bye-bye.